Are you considering doing a diet? If so, let me share the reasons why that would be a big mistake. Some of these you've never heard before, so you want to sit tight. I'll then share with you the best solution for releasing weight and keeping it off. The problem with diets is that they're always just a temporary fix. They're not a long-term solution. That's why they're just not sustainable. In most cases, people will diet for a bit, lose some weight, but then regain it. Others will not only regain the weight, but then add on some additional weight. That leads to my number 2. Did you know that people who yo-yo diet have a hard time losing weight? Listen to this jaw dropper. One review found that 11 out of 19 studies show that people who yo-yo dieted tended to have a higher body fat percentage and more belly fat on them. That's the exact opposite of what you want. Now, before I tell you the next big reason why you should not diet, it's one that nobody ever talks about. Be sure to smash the like button. Let's continue. Yo-yo dieting can lead to you having a fatty liver. That's when your body stores excess fat inside your liver cells. Why does that matter? Because it boosts the chances of you experiencing obesity. Obesity is different than just being a little overweight. Obesity is defined as abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that presents a risk to the health of a person. Once again, that's moving you in the wrong direction. On top of that, yo-yo dieting also increases your chances of dealing with type 2 diabetes. Do you remember how I mentioned that people who yo-yo diet tend to put on more belly fat? Well, a study found that when study participants regained weight after 28 days of weight loss, it was mostly on their bellies, on their tummies. That matters because belly fat is more likely to lead to diabetes than fat that's stored on other parts of the body. Crazy, right? Studies have also shown that people who yo-yo diet and end up with more weight after dieting tend to have increased insulin levels, which increases the risk of diabetes. You don't want to do something that sets you up for health issues and complications. Our lives are busy enough with plenty of other stuff already. When you diet, you often cut down on your food intake. Not only does that deprive you of the basic vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you need, but on top of that, puts your body into scarcity mode. That means that your body, thinking that it's in survival mode, will even more so want to keep the weight on you. It thinks that you need it to survive. On top of that, studies have shown that not eating enough can lead to a decrease in muscle mass. That's not good, because the goal in general is to shed excess weight and increase muscle mass, since having more muscle leads to you burning more calories and having more definition in your body. Now, before I reveal the way dieting impacts you in your day-to-day life, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because I'm always putting out videos that are focused on helping you to release the weight and keep it off and have you looking hot in your jeans. Let's get back to our list. People who attempt to severely restrict their food intake or not eat carbs tend to easily fatigue and feel tired. That's because the body doesn't have enough of the energy it needs to function at an optimal level. Dieting takes a toll on your mind because it often entails an all or nothing approach that puts a lot of pressure on you to eat perfectly. The combination of stressing out about what you're going to eat and depriving yourself can take up all of your mental bandwidth and make it so that you're easily emotionally drained, since your brain is literally not getting the nourishment it needs to function properly. Dieting also encourages stress and obsessive repetitive thoughts over food. That only leads to you feeling like a tortured soul that's suffering. That tension can also build up to where you're much more prone to binging in a variety of ways. Maybe that's you binging on low-calorie foods that don't satisfy you anyway. Binging in any form is unhealthy, and it's something that you want to stay away from. It also sets you up for getting to the point where you can't take it anymore. You give up on your diet and binge completely. That's actually something that my clients have told me countless times when talking about their experiences with diets. Diets only lead to you feeling guilt and shame. That impacts how you feel about yourself to where you feel like you can't trust yourself anymore. Why do that to yourself? You deserve not to put yourself in that situation. I can tell you from all the stupid mistakes that I've made that it's not worth it to do something rash or unhealthy for the sake of losing weight for a short time, especially if there are going to be long-term negative side effects. It's really important that you reevaluate your goal, which really should be to release excess weight and just keep it off for good. That's what you really want. Now that I've gone over the 10 reasons why you shouldn't diet anymore, let's go over what does work. But before I do that, make sure to comment below and share with us about your own experiences with diets. What did you try? How long did it last for? Honestly, to create true long-lasting change, you must be able to create and sustain eating habits that are in line with you slimming out and staying that way. It has to become part of your lifestyle. What nobody else will tell you is that it isn't just about your eating habits, it's also about changing your approach to eating. Otherwise, your mindset point is always going to keep wanting to go back to what it knows. I spent the majority of my life suffering from eating and weight issues since I was 5. I was always just focused on what I was eating, and my focus was never on being healthy. In retrospect, I was obsessed about losing weight. It's totally fine that a person wants to slim down. You just want to make sure that you're doing it from the right place, not out of desperation, but from having the strong desire to be good to yourself. Has all of what I've said made sense to you? Are you ready to release excess weight the easy and right way? Well, I made a free mini course where I outline the exact blueprint of what I've used for myself and countless of my clients. Go to the link in the text area so that you can see the step-by-step process that is helping women who had been unable to lose weight release excess weight once and for all.